Well, got me fired up talking about people in leadership. You don't deserve to be there, and how a lot of things our society has been set up that have failed us in regards to that. Y'all going on to how people look and how we've had an emphasis on that. I'm going to bring up another point. There is too much of an emphasis on what school you went to, your education, as to where you should be in society. And it's rigged. It's a gambit. If you want to be in any kind of leadership position, they expect you to go to you got to go to this fancy school, which is definitely out of the reach from any middle class, lower class people. And for some reason, the people who can afford to go to these schools are considered to be more valuable. But here's the thing, and it's kind of, it baffles my mind, and I don't understand why no one else has come to this conclusion, but we got these people who are trying to balance our budget, right? But they've never had to balance a budget in their entire life. They come from these super wealthy families that have been making money ripping off poor people for so long, and we expect them to balance our nation's budget? How in the world do you expect that to happen? No wonder we're in so much debt. You've got somebody who's never had to pinch a penny in their life trying to set a budget up and is setting everybody up to fail because the only thing they care about is how wealthy they're going to keep on going or how much they're going to make mommy and daddy proud who's got them under control. I'm going to tell you, a lot of these kids that grow up or that get put in leadership, they end up working in government, and their dad worked in government or their grandpa. All they're trying to do is keep the legacy going for mommy and daddy or grandma and grandpa. They're not looking out for people. And it's a shame that it's come to that. You know who I think would balance the budget really well? A single mom. Somebody who grew up in a poor family and then ended up actually doing something for themselves. I bet you that person could balance the budget. I'd actually like to see someone like that get a shot. Not some rich kid who's got a fake pretend backstory that they grew up in a middle class area, and then, when you actually look them up, you find out that they went to Yale or some other fancy university that, normal people couldn't dream of getting because they can't afford it. This is why we have such a problem. This is another thing we need to relook at and adjust as far as what we value in our society.